welcome to Two Non-Doctors. I'm Liz Mealy.
I'm Maria Shahada.
I woke up at 7:30 to go do a very intense workout. And I find it very funny that, except for flights, there's very few things that would get me out of bed. And I chose to do one of the most intense workouts. So hence why I'm already like a little spacey.
What was the workout?
So there's a tradition in CrossFit. I'm almost positive it's specific to CrossFit, but there's a tradition in CrossFit that on Memorial Day, you do this workout called Murph, which is you run a mile, you do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 air squats, and then you run another mile. So it takes, depending on your fitness, it takes about an hour. So it took me exactly 55 minutes to do it, and you're basically moving nonstop.
Insane. What?
Yeah.
How old is CrossFit? Like 5? Like what? It's a tradition already?
No. CrossFit's really old. CrossFit's from like the 80s. It only became popular. Might have even been the 70s, but it only became popular in like the last 12 years or so.
You know that CrossFit has the same career trajectory as me.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Started in the 80s. Now we're here. I love injuries. But no, so there's a lot of connection to the military, or at least that's like my mom, when she was really into it, like 15, 20 years ago, they did a lot of charity work, like making packages for people, like military people overseas. And then a lot of the workouts have like these military, this is specifically for Memorial Day or whatever. And the actual workout, just so you know, is you're wearing a weighted vest. I'm doing my, you know what I mean? Like my pull-ups are with bands to take some weight off.
Oh, I was going to say you did like 100 pull-ups?
But with a band. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I can
of cake.
I think maybe I can do half a pull-up or maybe one pull-up. And I think I can do like 4 kipping pull-ups where you're like kind of like.
Okay, because secretly, quietly, I was going, do I know muffin at all?
Yeah. I'm just like, hoorah.
I was just trying to play it cool. I was like, yeah, well, whatever. Like, if we fought, I could totally kick her ass.
Yeah. You know what? Like, when she's crying, I really think it'll dismantle her muscles.
It really intimidated me. I was like, I need to up my yoga.
You're like, actually, I don't have time for this podcast. I have to go fight someone. No, you modify it. So my pull-ups.
Push-ups right now.
Just jogging in place. So my pull-ups, there's a band. I'm sure it takes off at least 50 pounds, if not more. And then push-ups, I'm doing it. It's funny because I remember 2 years when I did it. I don't think I did it last year, but 2 years when I did it, I started because I can do regular push-ups. I could probably, and you break it up. That's the other thing. You're not doing it all in a row. So I would do 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 air squats, repeat. And I did that 20 times. So the push-ups is on it's like a half a push-up. I'm on a, what do you call it? Like a bench, bench, for working out, a bench, and I'm using that to do it. 2 years ago, I remember I started doing regular push-ups, and then next thing you know, it's bench push-ups. And the next thing you know, I'm so like fatigued. I'm just like against a wall, pushing a wall, like just standing straight up, pushing a wall.
You're just pushing the instructor. He's like, stop that, Liz.
Yeah, I hate this. So I think because I started with the bench push-ups, I never got to a place where I started to break them up. Instead of doing 10 at a time, I was doing 3. It gets dicey. And then air squats is air squats. And then my mile run afterwards was just truly like an old man scoot shuffle where like there's literally old people with a walker that are going faster than me. So it's rough. But my goal was to finish before the hour because that's where it's like, and I finished in 55 minutes and I did it. And I woke up, I was going to wake up like 15 minutes before. And I was like, you know what? Just get up early, make a cup of coffee, put something in your stomach, be a person. And I'm really glad I did that because I did. I don't know. I just felt I'm glad I did it because I know who knows what's going to happen with my knees because I went for a run yesterday too and it did not feel good. But
oh no,
we'll see.
All right. Well, good job. Well done. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so
Very
much.
excited.
You did it energy, and just know that by the end of this podcast, I'd be like, what did you say? What?
Yeah. It's quite a feat. I know you and mornings don't get along, so that would be like me going at 10 o'clock at night when I really, really want to be asleep. So I'm also very excited about that. Well done.
Thank you. I thought you'd be proud.
You make me better. You know what I mean? You make me want to do more. I'm still taking driving lessons. I'm not going to go into much about it. I just want to say, I think, okay, so I had to parallel park. Remember, manual with my left hand. I parallel parked, and the guy was like, "Excellent, you did it perfectly, and in 5 seconds." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "It was too fast." I was like, "God damn."
What do you mean too fast?
It was too fast. Like, he was like, "You in the driver's test, you'll have 40 minutes. You got to eat that time, or that's more times to make mistakes. Go slower." And so I slowed it down, and I kept messing up because like when you're good at something, you just
you don't even think about it.
Yeah, and if you start thinking about it, then you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. The magic's gone. So
wait, when he means it's too fast, like physically too fast, or like.
I went too fast. I did it too quickly. I think first of all, he's physically incapable. It harms him to compliment me. So if I do anything right, it's with a caveat. Like, because I think that he doesn't want me to get an ego of any sort. But I mean, the lesson there was that he was like, when you have 40 minutes for the driving test, if you don't eat that time, it's not like you finish quicker. You just they'll make you drive more. He's like, so go slow.
Yeah, but I'd rather just go to a thing where I have to do a bunch of stop signs. Like, let me excel in the place I know how to excel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to be like, dude, I don't know if that's the advice. I've cried in your car 6 times.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at some point I owe you napkins. Like, you gotta give me a win here.
Yeah, for sure.
But do you feel like you're getting more confident overall?
100%. Yeah. And I'm lying about, he can compliment me. He said that you can tell I was getting more confident, and I was improving a lot. So, and it is just a confidence thing, because it's just like, well, I don't know these streets. What is that? Why is there squiggly lines? What is that? And so it's just like, now I know what the squiggly lines means. Although sometimes I still fuck up royally, and I'm like, I wouldn't even think to look for that, But that's the point. That's the point of these lessons.
But isn't it like, I imagine this isn't too dissimilar to learning a language as an adult, because like, we learned English, right? We learned how to speak, and it was like, it just happened, and here we are, and whatever. But as soon as somebody tries to, like, I go to another country, and they're like, that means, hello. And you're like, yeah, I know it. And then the next day you're like, what did I learn yesterday? Like, it's just so much harder to expand, add on to stuff when you already have something already done set that, like...
Yeah, because I'm not learning from scratch. I'm learning with all my preconceived ideas of what driving is.
Exactly.
So I have to undo those, and then...
And the bad habits, right? The, like, I don't really stop at a stop sign. We're just kind of looking.
30 years of bad habits, totally. Because like, every time I go to switch the gear, like, so if I put in the clutch, I'm slowing down, I put in the clutch, and then I go to first, and he's like, he like puts his hand over the gear shift. I have to wait for some reason, but it's just like, that's not how I'm used to doing it. And also, it's kind of I learned in the parking lot. Do you remember when I got my little VW? I learned in the parking lot at the auction place.
Oh, I do, girl. I do. I remember so clearly, you got that car, you were so excited, and then they watched you come off the lot. We're like, like, people are like, oh,
stop.
They legit were like, you and that car are gonna die.
So some guy had to help me learn. He taught me to drive stick. I had a little bit of experience prior, but and then I get out into the road, and then my seat doesn't click into place, so I flew back at every stop sign. I can't believe I didn't die. I cannot believe I didn't die. But anyway, that's what I'm unlearning when I'm learning this. Yeah.
How old were you when you got Frankie?
I don't know. 35?
Okay. I remember that story so clearly, and my first thought was like, oh no, she set women back. Like, it's just a bunch of dudes watching a girl buy a car she cannot drive.
Excuse me, I bought a car without any help from a man, which was much needed. I needed someone to tell me the seat was going to fly back, and that
I needed someone to tell me not to buy that car. I needed somebody to teach me how to drive stick. I need somebody to be like, you're going to die on the highway.
I don't need no man. And like 7 men are trying to undo what I just did.
There's 7 men watching you leave that parking lot being like, is this homicide? Like, did we help kill this woman? Like, are we liable? How liable? Like, just a bunch of guys named Bob and Frank being like, are we liable for this?
Yeah, it's like in that scene in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I think we should bring up every podcast.
Thank you. I agree.
When they like give him a motorcycle to ride off on, and then he rides off, but then just like it goes sideways. They're all like cheering for him, and they're like, "Oh."
The movie is a perfect movie, and I did tell you that I went to the screening, but I finally the new thing it's now on HBO, so the second part of it is there, and I finished the second part. It's so good. It's so I highly recommend it. It's so good. Right. And I'm like weirdly invested in, like, you know, Evan is the one that, like, whenever we turn on HBO, checks to see like what's in the top 10, and he's just looking for his competitors because he's, you know, seeing if his
Sure, he's a comedian at heart. I get it.
for sure. So now I do it, but keep in mind I should not be invested in Pee-wee being in the top 10 because it's a documentary and that's competitive with Evan and he's trying to win an Emmy. But I literally was like, how is this not in the top 10? Like, I was like, this is crazy. It's so good. It's so well done. And it's so, I liked the way they focused it. And there's stuff I didn't know. I mean, there's so many things that I didn't know that I learned. And it just also like reinforced why I loved his work and why I've always been like, because that's probably the most fanatic I am. Like, I have so much Pee-wee stuff and Pee-wee fan art. But I don't know, man. But then, you know, I mean, I think there's a bunch of sad stuff in it. But I think what has been eye-opening is just how much you lose yourself in your work and what a toll that puts on you. And then you really do start to understand, like, I mean, he wasn't doing like drugs and whatever, but like when you hear these stories about like celebrities that like have no friends and are doing drugs and and you're like, yeah, if all you do is work and you have nothing outside of that, it's just like, what is, and then fame on top of it, you can't go anywhere because people are all up your butt. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend it. Also,
Nice.
I want to rewatch Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I try to do at least every 2 years.
It's like me with Sideways.
You know what? I should watch it again because I watched it and I felt nothing.
I know, it's one of those movies. Either you loved it or you just didn't feel anything for it, and I love it.
Do I have to know anything about wine?
Nothing.
Okay. Because I know even less about wine than I did 10 or 15 years ago, whenever that came out.
It's not about wine. It's about a man who likes to drink wine. No, he's, you know, it's just it's just a guy who's not where he wants to be in life. I'm a bad summator of movies, but it's good. And
no, that's gonna get me into it more than a guy that's like obnoxious about wine.
No. It's like his shadow thing. You know how you're like, what I really want to do is dance, but I'm afraid of that because that's what I really want in my heart of hearts. So what I'll really focus on is this wine. Man, I know everything about wine. You can talk to me about wine and grapes, and I'll show you everything I know, and then I'll drink too. But it's like all you ever wanted to do is dance. Why are you avoiding that? It's like, because I know a lot about wine. Who gives a shit? What am I talking about? Okay. But do you know what I mean by shadow, like career or shadow hobby? It's like the thing you do and to avoid the thing you really want to do.
I think so. I think that's kind of hard for me to fully understand because I do what I want to do. I mean, there's other things I'd like to do.
Well, la-dee-da. Not everybody's,
No, like, I understand that is in some sense not relatable as somebody that gets so much hate for doing what I want to do. I mean, I think half the comments I get in the YouTube section is just people being like, this sucks. And it's just like, just say you want to do this. Just say you want to do it. Like, instead of being a piece of shit, just say you want to do it. And for whatever reason, you're not. You're scared. You put too many, you need to make money. You have too many kids. I don't know. But me sucking shouldn't be the first thing that you think of. It should be the fact that you're not living your life the way you want it to be.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Well,
so I have a lot of shadows in my
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be like adjacent to what you want to do, what you really want to do. Like if you want to be a writer, then you like become a book publisher.
Okay. That makes sense.
Anyway, yeah. I have been working with a personal trainer remotely for probably 6 weeks now. I haven't lost a single pound. It's very frustrating. Work out 4 times a week. I have a calorie limit, and
I'm listening. You have a calorie limit, and
I'm tracking my macros and my calories. I work out 4 times a week. You know what I mean? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and I think it's just that I'm gaining muscle. I hope it's just that, because like measuring wise, like I am like slightly going down. But it's like my weight is just like, it's hanging strong at the same fucking number. And it's driving me crazy.
Well, 2 things. One, I do think, especially if you're doing more intense like weight training and stuff like that, yeah, it's going to be muscle. Your number's going to go up before it goes down. I think at that point, measuring, especially because I understand when it doesn't move, that it's demotivating, right? And you even if you are having positive results because you can't see it or understand it, or it's not in the form you want it to be in. I'm just gesticulating like crazy.
Just absolutely undermined everything you were saying.
Yeah, just it's demotivating, and it makes you not want to stop, even though things might be working just at a slower or different level. So I definitely think measuring right now is going to be better. The other thing is, and I don't know if this is just like the internet like whispering in my ear, and I can't fully answer what I'm about to say, but everything says that in your 40s, everything that worked previously doesn't work anymore. I don't understand how you turn 40 and your body's just like new beginnings. You know what I mean? Like real creepy, like nothing. You know how you did it before barely worked? Now it's really not going to work. Like,
no, I know. Yeah, because my hormones are all over the place. I'm spotting when I never used to spot. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, shit's changing, and it's harder to lose weight. I know that as you get older, and I'm afraid that's just like what's happening. It's not fucking fair.
No, it's not fair, because literally, like, there's like a moment when guys start to like change a little bit, but it's like they're like 32 and they just realize they can't have like 4 slices of pizza at 2 a.m. and beer.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like, I feel like we turn, say it again, morning soda. Yes. But it feels like 13, 14 years old. You're like, welcome. and then it's like the times that I have lost weight have been like when I was 110% into something. You know what I mean? It's like guys talk about losing weight in such a casual way. Like you said, like they stopped drinking morning soda and it was like almost an accident. Like Evan told a story that he's like, I just stopped eating ice cream every night. And I was like, I cannot be with you. I cannot.
Yeah. Well, no, but I remember Adrienne talking about that years ago. Just like she cut out soda and lost a ton of weight. Like you can just do that when you're younger. I mean, I was at my goal weight in my early 30s, and I had stopped drinking, and I was doing yoga 5 times a week, and I was bartending, so I was on my feet, like doing steps, like probably at least 10,000 a day, at least. So, I mean, maybe that's just all I need to do again. Yoga 5 times a week.
You start bartending, and they're just like, oh, what's your, how many days a week? And you're just like, as long as I get like 40,000 steps, I really feel.
Yeah,
like,
I don't, whatever hours, I don't care.
It is funny because I was hanging out with Sammy yesterday, And he's like, I have these weird muscles on my arms. And I was like, from
You
what?
get the triceps.
Yeah, dude. And he said
Doing
from bringing up beers and stuff because he's a bar back. And then on the Upper West Side, because I don't know if you know, New York Comedy Club bought Stand Up New York on the Upper West Side.
I think I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he works there occasionally, and they have stairs. So if he goes to get crates of beer, he has to go up and down stairs. He's like, dude, I get like 100. Like he's like, I'm getting like 10 miles a day every day. Like I'm just going up and down. Like so, bless you. And he runs home from work sometimes. He's a crazy person. I also have to remember he's 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But regardless, like, he has work muscles. And you're like, oh, this is like city farming, right? Like, I don't work out, I just farm. Like...
Yeah, city farming. This is when people like your mom are inspiring, you know, because she's, what, in her 60s, bodybuilder.
68. I remember she lost weight in her 60s. Like, which is fucking impressive. Genuinely impressive. She really started to get into like clean eating and stuff like that. She works out at least 4 days a week. She's an inspiration. I don't know anybody that doesn't know my mom personally or about my mom that isn't just like, I want to be you when I grow up, you know? Yeah, it's so, because like I was telling Evan's mom.
Sorry, I just pictured you waking up when we were in Baltimore, because we all stayed in the same hotel room. I just pictured you waking up and your mom and I are just on the floor, like doing push-ups, like, it's 6:30, Liz, stop being so lazy.
I would not surprise me. Would not. She's so, coffee and push-ups. That's she just wants to get out there. I was telling Evan's mom, because, you know, he had his surgery that went wrong, and he couldn't work out for like, I think like almost 9 months. I think it was like 7 to 8 months. And that whole time I was working out, we both gained 10 pounds. Like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't work out at all, continued his life, gained 10 pounds. I was working out the whole time, but I just would have ice cream, sadness ice cream with him, happiness ice cream with him. I was just eating the way he was, and I gained 10 pounds.
Unfair.
And I was like, so unfair, dude.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad.
Johnny's like oven pizzas at, 2 a.m. Doesn't matter. He eats a little bit with me, like ceremoniously. And then I go to bed, and then he wakes up a couple hours later and just eats the way he wants. Like, it sounds like he's hiding his eating. It's not. It's just that he's not ready to go to bed when I'm ready to go to bed. Bless you. Look at us sneezing all over the place.
Did we get allergies at the same time?
I think so.
I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
But whatever. My point is that, yeah, he can eat the way he eats. And if I eat the way he eats,
I die. Yeah. Also, what I got from that is like the worst thing you can do is like eat and fall asleep, and like he's doing it over and over again. So he's like eating, falling asleep, waking up, eating again, falling asleep. And I was like, what? That's like number one thing they tell you not to do.
Yeah. Just absolutely no weight gain whatsoever. He's also on his feet 12 hours a day. There's always that. Just get a job. Just get a demanding on your feet 12-hour-a-day job.
Is that where we fucked up?
We need to get jobs. We do stand up. That's 10 minutes to an hour.
We're leaning on the stool the whole time. We're like, this is exhausting. I hate it.
Yeah. 1,000,000%.
Should we get into announcements?
Hell yeah.
When is this coming out? Okay, I'm gonna be in Charlottesville, Virginia, June 7th. I'm gonna be in Toronto, June 21st. My cats are. There's no reason for you to be crying. I know there's not. They're just crying in the other room for no reason, and I know it. And then I booked a bunch of stuff in Texas in September. I'm gonna be in Detroit, I think in October, Chicago in October, adding more stuff. Yeah. And then hopefully I'll know in June when my special is coming out. I don't know yet. I'm hoping the fall. but I should know soon what's going on with that. And you can buy Space Camp merch already on my website. Everything's at lizmealy.com.
Cool. I should do merch.
You
Just
should
have, yeah. Right. Yeah, I actually don't have anything to announce. Just still doing Camden Fringe at the end of July and kicking around London till then. I was thinking of getting rid of my website. Is there any reason to have a website?
It depends on what your goals are.
We can talk about it later. Okay. But follow us. Follow me on my website. Follow us on everything is at 2 non-doctors, the number 2 non-full word doctors, except for Instagram, it's number 2 non-DRS. Email us. Send us messages. Tell me how I didn't sum up the movie Sideways correctly at 2 non-doctors at gmail.com. Tell me what your shadow career is. And what you actually really want to just tell me. Don't tell Liz. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is my podcast. Thanks for coming on.
One non-doctor.
And yeah, YouTube. I am still planning on putting out videos. It's coming. Follow me on YouTube, Maria Shahada. And then yeah, should we get into thank you to all our patrons. You guys are the best. We really
Thank you. Thank you so
appreciate
much.
all your support. And our Patreon is 2 non-doctors, number 2 full word doctors. Okay.
Because you wear the glasses, I think it really is important that you do all the like clerical work. You're just like, you could email us, you can call us, you can.
Absolutely fine.
Can I go first because it has to do with my workout?
Okay.
Dude, so bloated after this workout. Why? That's so evil.
Can I venture a guess?
Yes, please. But just so you know, evil. Bodies are evil. I worked out. Look pregnant. Why am I so bloated? Continue.
Water retention. You're dehydrated.
That's a pretty good guess. It's a combination of things that feel evil. So I said, why am I so bloated after a workout? This is Healthline. It's everywhere. They're like, well, you may feel bloated after a workout if you're breathing hard or gulping too much water, which can cause you to swallow air. You may experience abdominal dissension if you're overhydrated or drink too little. And physical exertion can cause bloating in it of itself. So it's like you don't even need those other things. They say it's normal. Well, you want to fuel your body for your workout, particularly if you plan to do long distance run, high intensity activity. Eating too close to your gym session can cause bloating. This is essentially true if your meal contains fiber, protein, or excessive amounts of fat. You're like, oh, a meal? Like what? Yeah. And I do think that's this was like a super high intense workout, obviously. And then I just didn't want to have nothing in my stomach. And then I just needed caffeine to kind of carry me through it a little bit. So I woke up at 7:30, was done eating probably around, let's say 8:10. And I started my workout at like 8:35. So I think, and then it was like intense. So I'm sure it's both the fact that I had like eggs and what have you, as well as I don't think I overhydrated. Maybe could be underhydration. I put some electrolytes in there. I did what I was supposed to do, but this is like, it's been a while since I've done a workout and I looked like super bloated. And that's such a bummer because you like get in the shower and you're like, what?
Yeah.
You're like, why did I work out and I feel worse about myself? Like this is, everything about having a body is like, when they talk about like robots and then we'll just be like a thought thing in a robot or whatever, or maybe we don't even have physical body. Like I'm just so over my body.
I'll text my personal trainer and be like, I can't with my ass. And she's like, are you drinking enough water? I'm like, no.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just going to drink my way to a smaller ass. I cannot. I cannot right now. So yeah, that was my like frustrating morning where I'm just like, I woke up early. I cooked myself breakfast. I did a super intense workout. I hate myself. I hate
Yeah.
myself.
That's not fair. I want it to show exactly now. As hard as I worked out, I want the results immediately.
I always think Emmy had this personal trainer in LA when she first got there. Oh, I can't think of his name, but I worked out with him a couple of times. He was intense. Like, I'm in pretty good shape, and I'd be like, and he's like, again. I'm like, again? I'm dead. I'm dead. There's no again. Like, I was like, Jesus.
You're just like,
I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go look at my car. I just want to see if it's still there. And just like, but I remember Em did this crazy where she was like, dude, it was like all abs. She was like, I could not sit up. She's like, I could not sit up in the morning. I was in so much like stomach pain from doing stomach exercises that I fully believed I was going to take off my shirt and I would have a full 6-pack. Like I had no doubt in my mind that I had made it and it was there. And then when it wasn't, it was like, well, what is the point of this? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so unfair. I have to find a happy medium with like when I take classes. I remember this one girl, I took a weight class. She left. She was great. I loved her. I'd go every week and they were hard, but they weren't so hard I wanted to die. And this new guy came in and no, I just couldn't. I was like, I'm dreading going. I need to be a little bit, I can't dread it, you know? I want to be inspired to work hard. I don't want to dread.
Yeah, I mean, and then all that stuff is so important. But if you're like, oh, if I do this workout, I can't see my friends for 3 days. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
or even think. I don't know. If sometimes like I work out and I'm just like, I was supposed to write today. My brain's not moving. Oh
my God. I've had it where I'm like, oh, I can't wash my hair. It's done. Like my arms are done. Like I can't. Oh God. Like you're literally like, oh my God, both my arms are broken. This is crazy.
It's been a real workout heavy episode.
Yeah, well we're an inspiration. At the end of the day, people listen to us to be inspired. I think that's obvious.
Oh, it is. It's not.
Please write in and tell us how inspiring we are.
How can we be like you?
That's every email. Yeah. I want to work out and still be upset. What do I do?
How do I cry during sit-ups, Maria? Well.
Oh my God. Well, that's you're gonna have to pay extra for that advice.
Oh God. Okay, I didn't know how to word this, but why is kicking someone in the groin not a not usually recommended in self-defense? Like you take self-defense classes, just never just get them in the groin. You know what I mean? Because it feels like that's like the one thing that you have that you can do. Just kick them in the
to like get away.
Yeah, why is that never recommended? So, due to it's not recommended for several factors, including its unpredictability and potential for delayed responses from the opponent. Additionally, relying solely on a groin strike as self-defense strategy can be a mistake, as it might not always disable the attacker. Basically, you're going to piss the person off. Like if the attacker is male with a penis, he will. You kick him, and he doesn't go down. You're even more fucked. You really got to get him right. Sometimes they're like, if you kick too high, you could lose balance. So you're going, like you might fall over, which is just, if anything, just embarrassing. Mm-hmm. And it's not reliable enough. Like, I don't know how hard it is to miss. And I feel like if you get him good. But if you don't get him, you better run faster, I guess. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. That is interesting. I just think like, I mean, I know like some of the like go-tos is like pulling their like any kind of finger back as far as possible can kind of like is like a safer bet, right?
Okay.
And then any kind of like you could really kill somebody going
Okay, so say like you want to get away without murdering.
Are you raising your hand?
Yeah, I was.
Yes, Maria.
Because
Your question?
you were talking about murder methods, and I just thought I'd show you some respect.
Yeah. I was like, here are my murder tricks. Don't ask any follow-ups.
This episode's called "Let's Do Murder." No. I just mean like I just feel like kicking in the groin would be a good way to like not kill, but have time to get away. So why isn't it a recommended way to do it? Like when you take a self-defense class, why don't they? And maybe they do say to do that, but if it's not always reliable, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
like,
but I actually think that off balance thing makes sense. Is that you can do more harm for your own abilities to get away by trying to do that. You don't know if they know that women are going to go there. They might be wearing a cup, right? They might.
Well,
be...
that requires a lot of plan. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are really like, I'm going to ruin a lady's day, but I don't want my day ruined.
Better wear protection.
I used to play baseball when I was a kid. I know how hard that can hurt. So.
How does the cup work? Like, does it strap on? Because then,
it's like underwear. It's like
because that's like an extra step if you're. This is getting very dark, but
yeah. But I think you have your little thing and then you slip it in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I recommend self-defense classes for anyone who feels they may be vulnerable to being attacked. And, don't just rely on kicking in the groin, which was always my plan.
Yeah, I mean, I also, I usually, it's so interesting. I used to always have my safety kitty and my pepper spray. And then I stopped doing super late spots and I don't bring it as consistently. So I ended up staying out much later on Saturday than I anticipated. And I was walking to the subway and I immediately was like, why did I take this off my keychain? Like, why did I, like...
For those of you who don't know what her super kitty is that what you said? Your super kitty? Your safety kitty.
Safety kitty. It is, it looks like a cat. They also have safety dogs. Looks like, but you put your fingers in the eyes and the ears are sharp. And that's what I was talking about. Like, it's like you could really kill somebody if you put the safety kitty, like...
It's crazy how if you have a sharp object, you could kill someone.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You have a knife. Also, if you put it here, you could really kill them.
Yo, Sam, because Sammy is such a knife person. He has like a bunch of them. He got this knife. I want to do a sketch with it because it's so fun. You just go floop floop and it pops up and it makes like good like clingy clang sound. So it's like doof doof knife, and you're just like that would make me feel like somebody's just like, hey little lady, and I'm like, floop, floop. What did you say to me? Don't fucking give me compliments. I don't know you. Do
you think people still say, hey, little lady?
Yes, I've decided.
Hey, little lady. Are you John Wayne? No, I'm here to attack you.
I don't know why I said that. That's just...
I get it.
I also didn't want it to be like, hey, sweet tits, and then what I did seems like it's accountable. I wanted it to be so like unoffensive, and I'm still like, don't talk about my height, motherfucker. I'm almost 40. Mature lady.
That was literally me when I was 3. People would be like, you're so cute. I'm like, don't call me cute because cute means little and I'm not little. I was little. I was very little.
And then the universe was like, never let her grow. Never let her grow.
Because it's so cute when she gets mad.
It's so adorable. Honestly, this is one of the cutest ones I've made. I'm going to get me this knife. I'm very excited about it. And then that's how I die, by the way. It's like I'm just playing too much with it. And then I'm just like, guys, you're never going to guess what my Google is. Are they going to let me fly a plane?
Okay, we're dumb.
Yeah. That's why you listen. Yeah. Thank you so much. We will see you guys soon. And don't kick them in the crotch unless you're confident. I think that's the moral.
Yeah. Or yeah, don't fall over when you do, I guess. Yeah. All right. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.